and some man called me from Toronto and said, would you like to come up to Toronto and do a television show? And he called me in this garret that I was living in, and the phone was away down the hall, you know. And some lady came to me and says, is there a Robert Goulet that lives here? And I said, yes, I think it's a phone call for you from Canada. And I went over, and this man said, would you like to come up and do a show, Little Women, with Laurie? And I said, I would like to. I'm pretty busy right here now. And he said, well, we'd really like it. I said, well, maybe if you pay my way up and back, because I didn't have any money to take the plane fare. And he said, okay. So I went up, and then a very nice lady called Louise Longmore, finally gave me $15 to buy a new pair of shoes, because I only had one pair, and it was wintertime in Toronto. And I kept putting more paper and cardboard in, you know, in the morning, but come noon, my feet were wet again. And I bought a new pair of shoes, and I think it was the singular, most pleasing moment of my life to walk down the street with dry feet.
That was one of the turning points in your career, more or less. You at least started to work. Started to work, huh?
Yes, I did. I started to work there at the time.
Bob, you were a newcomer to Broadway when you went into Camelot with Richard Burton, who was already an established star. Did he teach you anything about acting? I mean...
He taught me a lot about drinking, I'll tell you that. No, he really did teach me a lot about acting. I find that I found out about acting, you know, sort of subliminally from him.
Huh?
Is that a good word?
Subliminally?
Subliminally. Isn't that a good word?
Wonderful.
Subliminally, as Danny Kaye would say. No, but he told me that I was mimicking him. And one day he said, the boy is mimicking me, so he went home that night and changed all his little things, his little gimmicks and what have you. And then he said 2 weeks later, he looked at me again, and I was doing the new things. I didn't know I was, but he told me this. He says, cut it out, boy, cut it out.
Did you?
Cut it out?
Yeah.
I don't know. He left the show too soon. He went to do a thing in Rome.
Yes, I want to ask you what you want to do beyond this opera like we're doing here tonight.
Well, I'm going to go on the road again after a while, supper clubs, and I'd like to do some more films. I want to do all sorts of things. I may do a television series a year from this coming fall.
Why, Bob, do you think it's...
Young man, would you lend me a pencil?
Well, actually, I haven't got a pencil. I've got a pen, but it was a gift from my wife, and...
Well, I'm not going anywhere. We're in the next booth.
Yes, I realize that. It's just that, well, it's a very personal...
Well, look, I'll leave that security. Now, girls, I have a pencil. Now, let's try to sort out what each one of us had.
Now, why don't we just split it 4 ways?
Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you? Now, look, Emily had the pâté de foie gras, the beef stroganoff, and the banana cream pie. I had the diet special. She wants to split it 4 ways.
Helen,
I tell you.
Are you insinuating
Emily, no one's insinuating anything. The point we're all trying to make is that some of us had a little more to eat than the rest of us. And some of us had a little more to drink than the rest of us. But I absolutely insist that we only pay for what we had.
Well, I had the diet special.
And the Boston cream pie.
I only ate that to be sociable.
You also ate Susan's baked potato.
Oh.
Now, let's stop this bickering. We've known each other since we were in college. We love each other. And where are you going?
I'm going to the powder room.
Sit down. No table until we've all coughed up. Now, supposing I start things off. Now, I remember distinctly what I had. It was a lovely lunch. The tomato omelette, sliced carrots, quite delicious, and the double-skim milk and vodka. And that came for $4.85. You see how simple it is?
That's right.
Francine's luncheon is even easier to fix. 3 Boilermakers.
We'd 3 Boilermakers, too, if you were married to my husband.
You seem to forget, dear, I was married to your husband.
Yes.
How is he now?
The same.
The same. Oh, how ghastly for you. Oh, now, where are we? Now, Helen, wouldn't you like to have a go next?
No, I am not going to pay for stroganoff.
And I won't pay for your Boston cream pie.
Oh, now, come on, I've had enough.
Girls, we are reasonable, civilized, mature women, and I absolutely insist that this bill is settled in a normal, civilized manner. Is that clear?
Clear.
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 Right, so far we have 1085. And we want 1962. Now, Emily, let's try and sort out what you have.
Well, now, don't look at me. I've tried to be fair. You all know I've tried to be fair. But the one thing I can't stand is a tightwad.
Tightwad? How do you like that? I'm called a tightwad because I won't chip in for fatso stroganoff.
What?
You heard
Girls, stop this arguing over check like this. It's ridiculous. You don't hear Francine arguing anymore, and she... She's cropped, that's what she is. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Poor girl. Well, now, Helen.
Well, I'm not going to pay for your lunch, and that's all there is to it.
Well, if we're going to go on arguing like this, there is only one way in which we can get this bill settled.
Oh.
Helen?
I'm sure the management will do something about it, madam. I'm sure.
I should jolly well think so. Another penny less than 21.62.
21.62.
Yes, we've included your tip.